I want to buy some popping candy.
歡迎光。喂，小姐啊，而家
Ping always thought he was a wealthy man, waking up every morning surrounded by beautiful women. Unfortunately, it was all just a fantasy. In reality, Ping is even more ordinary than most people. To put it bluntly, he's a slacker living in public housing and eating instant noodles. His living space is smaller than that of pets in a pet shop. His daily life consists of watching his parents fight over money and feeling the vibrations from his older brother and sister-in-law on the bunk above. He has lived here for over 30 years, and nothing has ever changed. Ping often thinks about the martial arts genius Bruce Lee, who left the world at the age of 32. Now at the same age, Ping doesn't expect to die soon, but living like this feels no different from being dead. The saddest part is that Ping happily dressed up to go out, only to be hit by a mysterious object, leaving his face covered in blood. It turned out to be a bride who had fallen from upstairs. What frustrated him the most wasn't encountering such a thing early in the morning, but that his only branded clothing got dirty. Do you want me to take a break? I wanted to argue with my boss, so I went to the bar with my rowdy friends to have fun. As a result, no one was willing to take him out because he didn't have any money on him. Feeling bored and not wanting to return to the chaotic home of his brother and sister-in-law, he leaned against the street. After passing through a narrow and eerie alley, he finally found a somewhat normal convenience store. There was a job posting on the wall, offering an hourly wage of 40 yuan, which made him decide to give it a try. First, take on some part-time work. If you're willing to do it, change into your uniform and start your shift immediately. Boss Fei Shui is already overwhelmed and would be glad to have someone help out. The rule of getting paid on the same day made Aping secretly happy. He thought, I'll work here for a few days and see how it goes. If it doesn't work out, I'll leave. The convenience store looked good. Everything was neatly arranged. Maybe when the boss isn't looking, he could even enjoy some delicious treats. Thinking of this gives him motivation. Ping clocks in and changes into his convenience store uniform, officially starting his night shift. He is about to experience the most thrilling night in his over 30 years of life. Out of revenge, Aping turned off the surveillance cameras. He grabbed a pin and frantically poked holes in the small box, ensuring that all the couples would fail at contraception. He also put laxatives in the water, causing those who could afford it to suffer from diarrhea. He wanted to grab a couple more drinks for fun, but he's such a loser that he can't even operate the cash register. A Ping's awkwardness made the shop assistant A Mei laugh uncontrollably. However, her smooth and skillful actions still didn't satisfy Fei Shui. Under Aping's guidance, Ame also learned to use a pin to puncture the packaging bag. Just as things were getting exciting, a man in a leather jacket came in to use the restroom. The man in the leather jacket had to spend 20 yuan before Fei Shui finally agreed to let him use the restroom. Her greedy behavior was quite annoying. In 15 minutes, it will be midnight. Aping and Ame are enjoying the free midnight snack at the store. Of course, they're just experiencing it and won't actually eat it because the sandwiches are heated with their own body temperature to ensure freshness. Soon, an old man entered the shop. While Fei Shui was criticizing the two for being careless, the old man had already chosen a box of sandwiches. I thought the old man would leave after taking it, but he immediately noticed that the sandwich had been bitten. He demanded compensation from Fei Shui, but Fei Shui pointed to the sign ahead, stating that discounted items are non-refundable. She refused to return the money, insisting that the old man didn't read the sign clearly. So the old man spent another 25 bucks on a pair of scissors. With a weapon in hand, he felt much more confident. Unfortunately, the old man was the one who escaped back then. However, he later discovered that the gold he robbed from the store was fake. So he returned to the shop the next day and killed everyone. He was then arrested by the police and spent his entire life in prison. He was only recently released. The old man, who had no means of livelihood, lived as a homeless person, surviving by collecting cardboard. Now he has no weaknesses. He thrust the scissors into Fei Shui's neck. The old man thought he could easily steal and achieve financial freedom this month. Unexpectedly, the machine was filled with coins except for a few $10 and $20 bills. Not even a 50 yuan note. Who can survive on this? Looks like we need to use some tactics. Fei Shui won't hand over the money easily. At this moment, a beautiful woman entered the store and picked the small umbrella that Ah Ping had previously poked a hole in.
唔係啊，即係可唔可以穿？
Meanwhile, the lady is carefully selecting the right size for herself, completely unaware that there are two people sitting under the checkout counter. The man in the leather jacket slowly pulls out a box of medicine from his clothes. After the pretty girl left, the old man grabbed A Ping and asked if he was planning to tip someone off. But within 10 seconds, the pretty girl returned. She just wanted to buy some popping candy, but ended up as one of the old man's hostages.
喂，小姐啊，而家我綁。
Before they could tie him up, another man in sunglasses and a suit walked into the store. The old man, having his plans ruined, angrily waved scissors and called the man in the suit a loser. Unexpectedly, this person quietly walked in, poured a glass of whiskey, and drank it all in one.
可唔可以唔好再叫我做廢柴啊？
Everyone then noticed that the tycoon on the magazine was actually the man in the suit. He originally came with a beautiful woman to shop, but now they both encountered a bizarre convenience store robbery.
酒店又喺對面海。
The man in the suit demands the beautiful woman to serve him immediately. And just broadcasting live wasn't enough. They had to fill their mouths with popping candy. The provocative scene left the audience in a dilemma, unsure whether to watch or look away. Nearby patrolling officers arrived shortly. They arrested the culprits and released the innocent, successfully thwarting a conspiracy. However, while untying the ropes, they discovered that the leather-jacketed man's gun had the serial number 13691. The man in the leather jacket fired 3 shots, taking down 3 officers. Just as he was about to fire the last shot, Ping bravely picked up a gun and confronted him. But just then, a little kid walked into the store wanting to exchange a coupon for a toy. To avoid leaving a negative impression on the child, everyone decided to temporarily set aside their argument and play along. Amy is at the front desk helping a child exchange a toy, while others sit together discussing the outrageous prices nowadays.
喂，叔啊，食我呢啲啊，唔使錢喎。
唔得。
Even if they were mortal enemies a moment ago, a single cigarette can bridge the gap. The 4 of them puff away, savoring the rare tranquility. But the child is still unhappy with the toy he got, crying and insisting on the special collector's edition. Seeing everyone troubled, Ah Ping decided on his own to give him the special edition figurine.
咁有型啊！我入你數㗎喎。
Finally, they managed to pacify the unreasonable child. Everyone returned to their positions to continue what they were doing. To ensure fairness, they agreed to wait an extra 10 seconds for a buffer, but time wasn't up yet. The man in the leather jacket fights dirty, but who would argue with a lunatic? Actually, the man in the leather jacket used to be a police officer, but due to the immense work pressure, he later developed schizophrenia. He still remembers the first day he caught a criminal as a police officer. He was full of enthusiasm, but his superiors demanded the release of the criminal. They even asked him to pay for the criminal's taxi fare, which was infuriating. Later, he went undercover and was forced to follow gangsters to commit assaults. After the assaults, he was arrested by his former colleagues and taken back to the police station. The constant identity changes and intense situations left him confused about what he really wanted. The undercover cop wanted to shoot Ah Ping first because, among all the people just now, only Ah Ping dared to confront with a gun. Such a person is brave and has potential instability. But before he could shoot, there was another knock on the door. It seems that guy won't leave unless the door is opened. Ping struggles to lift the shutter door. So the glasses became one of the hostages. The 2 women were responsible for cleaning up the blood on the floor. Now, the undercover officer asks each of them to pick a doll. Then, they play a game of chance to see who is luckier. The newly arrived guy with glasses was just about to draw his gun, but the undercover cop suddenly had a stomachache right before shooting. The urgent task was to go to the restroom first. He handed his gun to the guy with glasses, asking him to watch everyone. Alright. Such a great opportunity, it would be a shame not to do something. Everyone urged Glasses to act quickly, but he said he couldn't betray their trust. Besides, no one wants to be killed while using the bathroom. It's okay not to shoot. At worst, we can take this chance to escape together. Unexpectedly, the guy with glasses locked the door after going out. No one is leaving now. It turns out the glasses belong to the nearby grocery store owner. Unfortunately, it went out of business due to poor management. Seeing Fei Shue's convenience store doing so well, he felt jealous. Today, he brought a time bomb to give everyone a surprise. At this moment, the old man picked up the gun from the ground, walked over, and pulled the trigger, only to find there were no bullets. After the undercover cop resolves his personal issues, there are still over 900 seconds left before the bomb explodes. Moreover, due to the glass's poor technology, the timing is inaccurate. The actual time might not be that long. After a friendly discussion, everyone unanimously elected Aping to defuse the bomb.
剪邊條啊？
點知啊？
Since no one knows which one to cut, the old man suggested leaving it to fate and voting on it. Even if they get blown up, it's their own choice, and they can't blame anyone else. But this seemingly reasonable proposal results in no one wanting to raise their hand for the blue or red line. Ping had to make the decision himself, only to realize he didn't have scissors to cut the thread. Not necessarily if you pull it out quickly. Actually, this beautiful lady is a legitimate doctor. During the day, she was treating the man in the suit. Unexpectedly, he developed an interest in her and demanded that she sleep with him. Only then did everyone understand why the beautiful woman came to buy things in such clothes late at night. But now is not the time to worry about that. How to pull out the scissors and cut the wire in 2 seconds, and then perfectly put them back in place. This is a big problem. So, the glasses that just self-destructed were repurposed as experimental subjects. Damn it, do you have so many tricks? Safety and danger are just a thought away, and Ping has truly mastered his skills. Cut the bomb wire with scissors and put it back within 2 seconds. It's okay if it's a bit off, it's fine. The bomb is finally defused. As everyone was cheering, the man in the suit collapsed from excessive blood loss. The woman tried CPR, worsening his condition. This scumbag finally met his end. Ping saved everyone, and the man in the leather jacket reached out to express his gratitude. Ame pushed Aping away just in time. A small convenience store quickly turns into a chase scene. Originally hiding well behind the freezer, but the beauty-loving Ame suddenly found her face grazed by a bullet. Adrenaline surged as she screamed and pushed the leather-jacketed man into the shelves, getting pierced from top to bottom. Life and death mean nothing to Aim. Only beauty gives her the courage to live. Now that her beauty is gone, her life feels over. In her final moments, she decides to send a message to her boyfriend. I had an accident, and now I look like this. Will you still want me? After waiting for a long time without a reply, Aim's heart was really about to break. But now is not the time for romance. Although the undercover officer is dead, that old man was also here to rob. Fei Xue quietly picked up the gun from the ground. Before she could do anything, the beautiful woman approached the freezer. The original weirdo is Fei Xue's wife. They've been married for decades, but she never respected him. She often did things behind his back. Now that things have come to this, it's best to settle the accounts first. Business is tough now. Utility bills and rent are significant expenses. Adding the losses from tonight's broken items, we need to settle the score with the undercover cop, who isn't dead yet. With a gun in hand, the rest must also pay. The pretty lady leaves first with the item, the old man is second. But he also caused personal injury. A kind lady paid 3,000 yuan to save an old man from further danger now. Only Aping's account is left. He secretly opened the box and gave the limited edition figure to that kid. He must pay 495 yuan. But since Aping saved Fei Xue's life, we'll let it go today. Opening a store means taking out a few people first. Fei Xue picked up some garbage bags from an outside trash can and put them on the 4 people to avoid bloodstains in the convenience store after shooting. Ping guessed right. May's boyfriend rushed in as expected. In the end, only a pair of pink panties was left. This scene seems to ignite the restless DNA within Fei Xue. A beautiful woman is forced to perform a seductive dance. Fei Xue's goal is to prove a big truth to Ame. Love is unreliable. Unfortunately, Ame's boyfriend never responded, and Fei Xue's plan failed. This matter could have ended here. But Ping insisted on kindly taking off his clothes to cover the pretty girl. At that moment, Ame's boyfriend, seeing Ping's body, miraculously reacted. It turns out he actually likes men. He pursued May just to get his father's inheritance. It turns out it's not love that's unreliable, but people's hearts. Aim took the gun from Fei Shui and instantly dismantled her boyfriend's shrine. It's not over yet, you still have me. I never expected to have such a surprise today. Witnessing a couple's strong and beautiful love, but before seeing the beauty of love, the old man quietly sneaks behind and removes the scissors from Fei Shui's neck. Now only the old man, Aping, Aimei, and the pretty girl are left in the shop. Although the girl is very beautiful, she no longer attracts the old man at his age. A single shot took down the femme fatale. Ping thought the old man was really twisted. He's worse than a beast. But the old man asked Aping a question, since he can remember, which celebrity has been the most famous? That's a no-brainer. In Hong Kong, the most popular star is Andy Lau, a legend in the film industry for over 40 years. But here's the catch. When Ping was young, everyone called him Hua Jai. Now that Ping is all grown up, people still call him Hua Jai. This is the crux of the problem. While Hua Zai remains the leading man, everyone else has changed drastically. The little boys have become uncles, and the little girls have grown up. The entertainment industry is like this, and so is society. Those who are in the lower tiers, like 3rd, 4th, or even 18th, seem to never have a chance to rise. It is foreseeable that no matter what Aping does tonight, after today, as long as he leaves this convenience store, nothing will change. In the end, the old man shot Amy, trying to prove to her that there really aren't many chances in this world. Both Aping and the old man were born in the year of the dog. According to their fortune this year, if they can turn misfortune into blessing, they will be blessed with good luck next year. Promotion and salary increase are within reach, and achieving great success is entirely possible. However, the old man thinks that since everyone here is born in the year of the dog, only one person can leave. As for who that will be. Fairness isn't just talk. The old man has loaded 6 bullets. All Ping has is a time bomb that hasn't exploded yet. The first shot missed, the second shot missed again. The third shot hit the leg, the fourth shot also hit the leg, the fifth shot hit the butt. And there's one last bullet. The old man could have shot Ping dead with 1 bullet. But doing so would mean admitting that his own life wasn't as tough as Ping's. Moreover, if he lost this time, he'd never have another chance to win back. After much thought, the old man decided to take a gamble. But Aping woke up from the ruins, looking around in disbelief. Is his life really that tough? Actually, no. The people who just died turned into spirits and walked out. Even Ping himself is now a ghost. Everything is an illusion. The old man had already passed away last night after being attacked on the street. Fei Shui also lost his life fighting with his unfaithful wife. The undercover officer met an even more tragic end. As for the man in the suit, he was killed by the beautiful woman with a single slash to the throat. Then, she even set up a grave for herself. The convenience store owner, Glasses, was conducting a chemistry experiment when an explosion occurred. Finally, Aim and her boyfriend fell from the building before their wedding after discovering his orientation. Those were the two who splattered blood all over Ping at the beginning. In their spirit form, they set up this scheme to use whose soul to revive in Ping's body. Dawn is approaching. Once the sun rises, everyone will vanish. But no one wants to possess Ping's body. It's not just because he's poor. Some say he's ugly, others say his physique is bad. No one wants this body. Ping suddenly remembered the untimely death of Bruce Lee, a legend. After much thought, I realized I couldn't treat it as a joke. Since no one wants my body, I might as well possess myself and live another life. Waking up from a coma again, this time he's truly back to life. As for what Ping will do next, no one knows. Having survived a night of life and death, he should be able to face any future challenges. The Cantonese meaning of the robbery is literally robbery. The entire story uses a heist as a premise to satirize young people who have nothing but are unwilling to strive. Through several heists led by different characters, the film uses their dialogues and identities to satirize social realities. Idle youth, businessmen, the elderly, corrupt cops, tycoons, and beautiful doctors. The unskilled shop owner who accidentally blew himself up, and the innocent female clerk. It seems that people in all professions can't solve their own problems. Until the end of the film, no answer is given. A massive explosion resets everything. But can the outside world truly offer the protagonist a fresh start? A person who has lived in the slums for over 30 years, owning nothing but a single branded piece of clothing, which gets dirty. Every day, he witnesses his parents arguing and his brother and sister-in-law fighting. The only value in the world is being possessed by a group of ghosts. At first glance, it might seem like a slightly scary comedy, but upon deeper thought, you realize absurdity and despair set the tone from the beginning. Bruce Lee, who passed away at 32, is a legend. But among the masses, there are many of us who still have to live through multiple 30s.